We are living in a prime age of rappers getting their own shows. So does Mr. North North, aka Vince Staples himself, have an entertaining show with funny but memorable moments? Let's get started on my review of the Vince Staples show showing on Netflix right now. Let's go. What's going on my TV show lovers? My name is Jacey from Jacey Flicks, and today I'm going to be giving you my review of the Vince Staples show that is currently streaming on Netflix. Now, before I do get started, please make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new movies, TV shows, and even cartoons that I'm always reviewing. All right, now before I do go any further as well, I wanted to let you guys know that this will be a spoiler-free review. So I won't be reviewing what's in every single episode and won't give you guys any kind of spoilers. All right, so the Vince Staples show stars the rapper himself, Vince Staples, along with Andrea Ellsworth, Kareem J. Grimes, and more. Kind of famous and sort of rich rapper and actor Vince Staples navigates the challenges and surprises of everyday life in his hometown of Long Beach. Being that I am not only a musical artist myself in my off time, but also being a fan of such rapper shows as the infamous Atlanta, featuring Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, and even Dave featuring Lil Dicky himself, I knew I had to check this show out for myself, and I wanted to give you guys a full review after I finished all of the episodes. So if you guys are already aware of Vince Staples himself, his music, or even his personality, you should already know that he has a sense of humor and definitely shows it in a nonchalant, dry sense of humor kind of way. He's been very vocal on how he's wanted to brand himself outside of music. This series not only showcases some of his acting and writing chops, but also lets us, the audience, into his world and gives us a glimpse of how he views the world outside from the lenses of his hometown in Long Beach, California. And with him being a native, it brings an interesting dynamic to the show. Now, notice how I said a glimpse because this series is only 5 episodes long, which we will get to how that does hamper the show just a bit. But Vince, along with some of the co-creators of the show Blackish, give us a hint of surrealism as the series gives us a glimpse of the black and minority experience growing up in the neighborhood that he's from, which gave me a few laughs as I watched the show because personally I could relate. Now, I am from Arizona, but I have some friends in California, and also I do visit California a lot, so I could relate on some of the culture, some of the humor, and just growing up in certain types of environments, I get some of the laughs, right? I get some of the experiences, and it was pretty relatable to me overall. Now, obviously, this show isn't for everyone, as the short episodes make us wonder which side of society Vince is actually on, which I think personally is the beauty of the series. He's not only just kind of wandering through life and sometimes partakes in his means to survive, but the Netflix series does a good job of exemplifying that, especially in the standout episode, in my opinion, Black Business, which is episode 2 on the series, and it shows Vince in an odd and serious but funny awkward situation as he strolls into a bank to ask for a business loan. The events that transpire are what had me laughing throughout the episode, and I wanted to see more episodes like that and just him in some funny situations like this. And what makes the episode really funny, or laugh out loud funny, is his reactions to what is going on and how he deals with it all. But this is where I get into some of the negatives. As I mentioned before, there are only 5 episodes, and although at first I appreciated that because often at times when it comes to comedic shows, I've always felt like the shorter the better, right? At the end of the series, I did find myself, though, wanting to see more and wishing that I didn't just feel like I was barely getting into the show before it ended. Each episode as well is just about 19 to 26 minutes long. I also felt like the last 2 episodes fell a little flat for me personally when it came to the comedy and the relatability overall. But with all of that being considered, though, you guys, I did binge watch this show and I did enjoy it for the most part. I still give the Vince Staples show 3.5 flames out of 5 and a pretty fire rating for a show.
It's nice.
It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you are at home on a weekend and you're wondering what to watch and you're just scrolling through some of your streaming platforms and you're going through Netflix. And as I've said before, you guys, I am a fan of such shows as Childish Gambino's Atlanta, aka Donald Glover, and even Lil Dicky's show Dave, right? So if you're talking about comparisons and what it could possibly be like, if you're wondering how the show is, it's pretty much in that alley. It's in that range of comedic rapper type of shows that shows a hint of surrealism as they're trying to live their lives. It's one of those shows where it does give you their lens and how they view the world outside of them, not only just being rappers, but it does give a little bit of a take on societal problems and how they insert themselves into it, right? And I did appreciate that with Vince Staples. I'm excited to see where this show goes, but like I said, as far as the negatives, this isn't perfect by any means, this show. I just didn't really appreciate how it was only 5 episodes and they were very short episodes. Like I said in the beginning, it felt pretty good because I was like, you know what? This is easily digestible. It's quick. It's to the point. Funny. That's it. Ends. But as the show started to progress, I did find myself wanting to see more, right? I started to get engulfed in it by the time it ended. All right, guys. So here's where I ask you, what did you think of the Vince Staples show? Have you seen it yet? Which episode was your favorite? Personally, mine was episode 2, the bank episode, but let me know in the comments below. Also, which rapper would you like to see have their own show in the future, just showing their life, or even something like this, or even Atlanta, of some kind of loosely based take on their life and just how they view the rest of the world? Before I do go, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on more videos I got coming up soon. I know I took a bit of a break, but I'm trying to pump out as many of these reviews as possible and give you guys my take on new shows, new cartoons, new movies, all those things, right? Now, once again, my name is JC from Jacey Flicks, and until next time, I'm out.